Hello.
Hi, we're here.
Yes, we are, and it's not as cold today. It's
It's
breezy, but
it's her birthday.
it
It's
is.
her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her
Put my
birthday.
crown
Raise the roof.
on.
Raise the roof. So you have to get in your bag.
I
brought her bag back.
I will try. Let me see. So, oh boy,
So you want to be an Italian, right?
I do.
Well, I think that was from my
Look at that.
mom. She might have even made it.
Really? Oh,
My mom used
I
to
love
crochet, knit,
that.
and tat.
Okay, I can go home now. Bye, everybody. This will be had with my lunch.
Well, the lunch may still be in there.
Oh, my lunch.
I gave you an Italian
Oh,
sampler
wow.
lunch. Those are
gnocchi,
Yes,
right?
yes, with my sauce.
Ooh,
Gnocchis.
gnocchis.
Well, don't look at that. That's the
Okay, and this is
lentil soup
okay. Well,
with Romano.
bye everybody.
Both have Romano cheese in it, grated Romano cheese.
Bye everybody. Well, you can handle it solo. Okay,
Solo.
she's got it.
Solo.
Thank you so
won't hear
much. That is wonderful. Okay, well, I am so excited. That is great. So, I love that too.
I don't know. This was my mom's, and I don't know. I found it in her cedar chest.
Oh.
It looks like she's even got stains on it, but you could put your little soup on it anyway.
Oh.
If she didn't make it, some Italian lady did. It might have even come from Italy.
Sole mio.
Oh,
sole mio. And what is it? When the moon hits
Sure,
your
I
eye
like a big pizza pie. That's amore. That's right. That's one of my grandson's favorite songs when he was like 2 years old.
But as Don Rickles points out to Dean Martin, what kind of song is that? A pizza pie hits your eye. That's love.
It's like, we love pizza.
So it's not about a girl.
I think it is. That's amore. The whole song.
The whole song is just crazy.
And it is a great song by Dean Martin. And the words, I used to memorize it. A couple of years ago, I had it all memorized because our grandson loved it. And I don't know, and we'd sing it together. So, yes. So it depends on.
It's just not that romantic when you break it down. I mean, it's romantic when Dean
The
Martin,
movie was, yeah. Well,
when Dean Martin sings it, it sounds so. But then when you break the words down, you go, really? And when I had never thought about it until Don Rickles broke it down. He was like, what kind of, because we love to watch the Dean Martin roasts. And so he was like, and by the way, what kind of song is that? When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. He said, what is that? What is it?
It's like stars in your eyes. You got pizza in your eyes.
I guess for an Italian, that works.
It does. We like the song. We like pizza. Hey.
I wonder what it is for like Chinese or Japanese people. Is it noodles? When the noodles hit your eye.
When the kung fu chicken hits your eye. So we were talking about nudist colonies, right?
Yes, we were, and this would not be a good day to be in one.
No, you freeze now. And then online, I see my daughter had posted, and the person who did this is Ryan. I can't see his last name. It looks like RDSS, and it was really kind of cute about the tree, and saying, what is it? I can't read it back. Is anyone watching? Stop, you're making me blush. And then, okay, here it goes, topless. And all the leaves fall down.
So
I
from
thought that was
spring
so cute.
until winter.
Yes, isn't that cute? The seasons are out here. It's like spring, fall, and I love it. Anyway.
So you say you have found us a nudist colony.
Yes, there's one off of 460.
That's close by.
Well, it's going down towards it's over near the
beach.
Tidewater area.
Okay.
Between Ivor and Zoni. Those two little towns to the east of 460.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's there. It's family friendly. It's called. We're putting a plug in for them. Isn't that good? Why not?
Why not? Right?
Why not?
Whitetail. It's a Virginia business.
Yes, it's a whitetail resort.
That's what it's called?
That's what it's called. It's called Whitetail Resort. Your mind can go in all different directions in that one, can't it?
It really can. That lends itself to a
A
lot,
lot of wandering minds, yes.
So are we doing a road trip?
Maybe I am not going to undress. I'm sorry. Because everything's gone south.
Well, it's
We
okay.
took it.
We're in the South.
We're in the south.
We're in the South.
We're in the south. Yes, below 460, we're the south, all right? The real south. That's what I was told one time.
Well, I heard it was below the Mason-Dixon.
Which is where?
Up near Maryland, isn't
yeah,
it? Isn't it
in
Maryland? That's more like the South?
They don't think like Southerners, though, some of them.
No.
Yeah,
They've moved the line.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Something has moved
Yes,
because
exactly what I'm thinking. It's like, no.
But Southside Virginia, I guess, is below Richmond.
Yeah,
right?
so we're
Would be
real,
more-
below that.
So I don't know. We'd have to look at the map and see if we're in line with them. But hey, they're not going to judge us.
Nope. Anyway,
I'm not
so
going
I
to give them
did.
a chance to judge me, but that's okay.
I did do that. Going back to your birthday, have any good plans?
It's a party every day at work.
It's a party.
I've been at work since early this morning, so that's what I'm doing.
She's
for
up
my
very
birthday.
early. I tried to get a text out to her before she gets one to me.
Well, if I send it when I'm up, then I would.
Well,
I don't know where you
what
keep
time
your
are
phone.
you up?
4:30.
4:30. Yeah, I always I am awake. I just don't have my phone that I'm usually awake and I lay around and sometimes I doze back to sleep. Usually get up about 6 and you're already at work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Usually, because I'm usually already involved in something somewhere by that point.
That's really brave of you to be out that early. It's pretty dark.
It is, but it's okay. It's okay. And
you get stuff, but you do get stuff done in those quiet hours.
Well, I do because it helps me to deal with my foreign customers that leave early.
Oh, that's true.
Like the ones that are in Italy and stuff.
You got a lot of them in Italy?
So I've got a few. So anyway, I deal with my foreign ones then. I'm ready for my domestic ones when the time comes.
Neat.
So, and it's just, I don't know. It just happened that I started it a few years ago because something popped up and I needed to get in early to do it. And then my husband's already up and out. So anyway, I just get in there and try to get some things done.
So they're
I'm not
just
forced
about
to be there, people. They're not holding me
no,
in. No, I'm not.
mean,
I do this because
it's easier.
Well, and yes, and as you age, things are slower. So I need more time to do them.
Yeah, but you're accommodating customers that are, hours away.
Yes, and because like when we're functional and stuff, they're usually getting ready for their day to go home.
I was going to say, if you're talking about somebody in Italy, they're probably closing shop.
Getting ready, yeah. So if you're trying to get anything done, you need to get the information you need, and that's what I was doing before I got here. I was dealing with somebody over there because I needed to make sure some things are okay.
Wow.
So anyway,
we could go visit.
Road trip. Well, I should be plane trip.
Plane trip. Yeah. Where did I put him?
So speaking of birthdays, I have a question.
Uh-oh.
So I've been thinking about it, and
I just thought I'd bring him in.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for inviting me to my birthday party.
I know. See.
Oh, hi, Elon. We love you, and lately you have been making me laugh so much, and thank you so much for all that you're doing on Twitter and X. Excuse me, X.
He gets all kinds of trouble,
but thank you for inviting people back and being understanding, and and just I appreciate all that you do. Thank you, Elon. So I know that I turned 59 today.
Oh,
okay. Mm-hmm. But technically,
you're 60.
Well, I'm technically heading into my 60th year
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Because if somebody
you've already are alive 1 year when you had your 1 year birthday,
right? So technically, I mean, I'm exiting. I mean, this is just the final day, but
You're headed
I've
into,
been in my 59th year all this year.
yes, right.
Because if somebody were to ask me what year you were born,
Hmm.
and I were to tell them, even if it was March, they'd say, "Oh, well, you're 59,"
Hmm.
and technically they'd be correct. They just wouldn't have it narrowed down to the month and the date.
Right, right.
So technically, I am exiting. I mean, this
You
is
have
it, and
completed
I have completed my
59
59
years.
years.
So she's plus today or tomorrow. You'll be plus.
Yeah. So tomorrow, technically, I'm starting my 60th year.
Hmm.
Correct.
Which, yes, but see, I'm stopping at mine. It's going to be 77 plus. And you, plus whatever.
Well, I'm just because I've been thinking about it and stuff, and I know I don't hit 60, but I mean, in all purposes, I will be 60 in January.
Well, it's when you completed that life on earth, if you think about it.
But if anybody looks at if they look at the year of my, if on my tombstone,
Yeah, they think you're older
they
than, yeah.
see, and they have, and I say I passed in June of
Mhm.
2023, they would have still said that I was 59. And
Well, I
looking
don't,
at the date, 23
if
to,
they do, but because they have to look at the month, to get it accurate. Because I've told people, oh, I was, oh, well, no, my birthday hasn't come around yet. Because when you start school, they go by, I had to be a certain age by December 1st.
back then we did.
That's right.
But now they've moved it. Well, now it's
Yeah.
November, so a lot of
Yeah, it
kids
makes it a
make
little
it, they
bit,
skip.
yeah, they make it a little bit more logical than, how
They
did they
skip
pick
it
out
now, though.
December 1st in the middle? I could see January maybe, but December 1st, you have to be
But are
5 by
you
December 1st.
are you that much slower just because you were born in December? And see, and Asian people, they usually guide the birthday by the time you were conceived.
So, yeah.
March would have been our conception month.
Hmm.
So, well,
Right.
and technically for you, it could have been February.
Yeah,
I mean, but
because it's
March,
early, yeah,
or it was definitely early March for
early,
you.
yeah.
So,
So we could celebrate again. Shall we celebrate again?
so, well,
Cash in on
not
another.
that excited about it, but hey, I've just been thinking about. I said, I know I'm starting my sixth, because like at work, this month is my anniversary at work also.
Hmm.
So I've completed my 32nd year, and I'll be
Wow.
starting my 33rd.
Hmm. Good for you. Wow.
I know, right?
She gets up at 4:30.
Well, my husband gets up so early, so I started getting up with him, and I always usually fix his breakfast and
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
And then, like I said, certain things, I was just like, I just need to go in early and get this taken care of.
Now, does he have to drive a distance?
He used to have to drive to Emporia, but now he's back at Lunenburg, but he still has to be in early.
Yeah.
So-
Well, Emporia's not too bad.
No, but it's an hour drive, and he had to be there, I think, by 6.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and then we were getting up at 4. So now we're getting up at 4:30 that he's local.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Half hour.
But you don't know, a half an hour does make a difference.
It does. And when we were working at the election board, we would get up really early because you have to be there by 5 to get everything set up to open the doors.
And
it's
then you stay a long day.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
long day.
No matter how much they convince you that it's going to be a great day. Oh, it's so much. No, it's not a lot of fun.
Because there's got to be a draggy times in there too.
There's
where
slow
you're doing
times
nothing.
and there's you cannot leave the building. You have to stay. So you bring your lunch, and usually we all brought something and shared, which was nice. Or we ordered something and some family member would pick it up for us and deliver it.
But you can't go to the bathroom, right?
Well, yes, it's because it's all, yes, it usually, outhouses are, no, it's usually someplace that has all the facilities, thank God. But, and, like this election that we're recounting, and it's, oh my gosh,
You got to be there for that.
no,
Okay.
no, I think they have special people doing all that, and they're using the machines.
The machines that didn't count it right to start with. Okay.
Who knows?
I mean,
And we had a machine one time that wasn't starting, and then we got it started. And it's the machine's only as smart as the dots that people put on the paper. Because all it do, it's like we used to have what's called
Where was it getting the ghost things from then, or the ones that it was like?
because some idiots would fill in 2 circles for one, you vote on one, or not at all. And what you're going to have is,
So if you don't want to vote, though, if there's a blank you don't want to vote for, you shouldn't put anything in it, right?
and they don't, and that won't be counted. Which is why the number of people who voting and the number of people who cast ballots for certain positions may not be the same because they didn't vote, or they filled in 2 people because they're being smart alecky, and that's going to be thrown out too.
Well, it was interesting because let me see. I know that the day that I voted, because I voted early registration,
We did too.
and so they gave me my number. We know when I voted, and let me see. My number was. Let's see.
I think mine was about 200.
I was 950.
So you had gone in,
I was 950, and I know that one of the issues is because even with the early voting count and stuff, there was supposed to have been 969 early votes, but only 949 were there. And I said, I know I was 950 because they told me my number, and people were coming in the door behind me.
Well, and they kept track, but what happens is they read out what printed out, so some people may not have voted for some things, and that happens. We had one lady that went through 2 ballots because she screwed it up, and we have to account for all of those.
Mm-hmm. You do.
So it's like and the machines they're checked, and you get the little thumb drive, and that's where the actual count is on that thumb drive. And then when you print out, you get papers. You got to cut them all, and you got to sign everything. Anyway, I don't want to do it again because it is a hassle.
Well, yeah, I'm been asked maybe to work for the next election, but I've got to get trained if I do, but I'm just not sure.
Well, you may be used to a long day, but it is a long day. You will see characters that will come in out of the woodwork, and they're funny as all get out. And some of them are hard of hearing, and you ask them their name, and you you have their license with their photo ID. And yes, it does have their address on it, but they have to tell you their name. And some of them say, well, can't you read it? Yes, I can read it, but you must give me your name. And
why is that though?
Well,
I mean, if you can see the person's picture,
yes,
and you can see that they're standing there,
you never know,
you.
because I guess it's just a backup, so they at least know who they really are. And we had twins one time, and I didn't know it, and finally found out that we have twins. Like, nobody told me this. Oops.
Now, twins I could definitely see, because
Yes,
it's like
but
you see
do.
somebody walk in the door, and then 2 hours later you see that same person walking.
Well, they verify who they are by doing that.
Twins can switch.
Well, no, they
I
didn't.
mean, you
They didn't
can.
switch, but they
Just-
both
just
came and
saying.
voted. But I didn't know there were 2 of them. Like, because one was on one page. Anyway,
But I mean, twins
That's
are
a long
famous for
time.
doing that.
oh yes, they are. And so you just say their name.
Now,
Excuse
can you
me,
take a
who are
ballot
you?
out to a car that's somebody that can't come in?
Yes. What you do is you have a folder.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in the folder,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to their car, and they fill it out. They put it back in the folder, and you walk in and you put it in the machine. Yes, you do that. If they cannot come in, they actually also have a handicap.
But what about
machine.
taking your big book that you got to check the name off on there? Does
Well,
everybody
see,
have
now
to
it's
come
on a
out too?
computer. It's on a computer now, and if somebody is assisting them, they can fill that. And all you have to do is you do that. But they also have a special machine for those people who are hearing impaired or sight impaired that they can use too. We have never ever used that machine. In fact, one time they told us to take the machine. You could take it out to the person if you needed to, to that one. But yeah, you'd find out. It's really interesting because they ask you, what is your political, are you Republican, Democrat? And they only have those two choices. They don't have an independent or libertarian. It's just that middle one. So it is a long day, and I didn't really care. I knew lots of people. They came in, and you'll get one person who doesn't want to say anything and say, I'm not telling you. It's like, okay, whisper in my ear. And then they whisper as loud as they would normally talk. So everybody heard them anyway because they're just hard of hearing. And then, of course, you get those that have not seen a bathtub for probably months and could clear a room. And that's really fun.
The worst part to me is that people are so uninformed about what's on the ballot sometimes that they don't know what the issue is.
They don't know what
it
the
is.
issue.
So then they get in there and they don't know, and then you're not really. You can't. That's what the people outside that are lobbying for certain things, they're supposed to be out there trying to explain. Because I know several years ago we had to explain that if this is the way you want this is what this means, because the way they word it is really confusing. So if you do it this way thinking that this is what it meant, it's not what it meant.
Because you're voting on bills sometimes. And bills are, oh boy, I was just going to say that. They're in that legalese, that lawyers, and it's like, and the bottom line was, do you want veterans to be able to have tax exemption? Why don't you just say that?
Exactly. Why don't you dumb
that
down?
That was one sentence.
I know, instead of a whole paragraph that nobody understood what it meant.
Right. And I think that's what we voted on, basically what I just said. And it was either yes or no. And yeah, they're veterans. They served. They're retired veterans. Yes, they should get some tax exemption. So that is something. And of course, you've got samples of the ballot all around when they come in, so they can read it. But some people, and you will have people coming in.
But election officials are not allowed to do anything.
We can read it to them. We can't help them with anything.
But do they have to ask you first to read it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you can say, hey, I just want to let you know.
No.
Yeah, see, that's what,
you can't.
Election officials can't get involved.
I had one lady say, which one is this one? And I looked at her like, sir, I can't help you. If you come in and you're not capable of knowing a D from an R, then you better have somebody come in to help you.
Now, can somebody do that?
They can, but they have to fill out the paper. There's paperwork that goes with that.
And they have to fill it out there? They
have to sit there in front of us, fill it out, and the chief in charge will sign it, and then they can go with that person to help them. Now, we had a husband and wife come in one time, and she was done, and she was going over to help him. And we said, wait a minute. If you're going to help him, you got to fill the paper out. You can't just assume that you can help him. So, and you have to, it's a fine line. You have to be nice because you don't want them angry with you.
No, but you got to be firm because it's your job. But you have
to be firm. And there was always a spot where you have a line between where the next person, and then like 7-8 feet away are the boxes, the voting booths. And when you don't want people to be on top of you, watching you while you're voting, so please don't go beyond that spot. I'm telling you, getting people to line us it's like herding cats. Actually, we can herd our cats, but please stay back, because these people have a right to privacy, and they've got their little carols, and you're right there, and then they put it in the machine. So you have to be friendly about it. And I worked with one person who was you have to stay back. And that people don't like that. You get a lot more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. And I would say, oop, 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 bang, 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 clang, clang, clang. Back up, please. So, funny part about it.
Well, you get an air horn. You crossed the line. What? I don't know how that went off. Excuse me. That's our automatic.
So and you do get to see a lot of people, and it can be a fun day with the people you work with, and you do a lot of laughing. At least we did, because we all told jokes, some stuff like that. But
just think about voting in the nude.
No.
about being an election official in the nude?
That's just a total no.
Wouldn't that be fun having your lower hair horn? People jumping and moving.
Sorry, that part of your body is over the line. Back up a little bit.
Well, we can narrow things down to who would vote if they only could come in the nude.
This is true.
We might only get patriots.
That's true. And you know, how much time do we have?
And
2
2
minutes. Okay. Well, actually, I wrote down a bunch of little things. Well, we found out what the news colony was between I-4 and Zony.
which we may do a road trip.
Just
When it
to go
gets
visit.
warm. Well, I don't know. It'd be fun to watch now too. Are they out
Cold.
there now? I'm
Probably.
Whitetail or
Whitetail Resort.
Whitetail are out now.
Oh yes, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza. See, when the
That's a whitetail.
That's what I was thinking.
You were.
The moon, you know, like
Exactly.
I'm surprised they can get away with the whitetail. Never mind. My mind's wandering.
It's probably in the country, so they're thinking deer, and they may have.
They may have some. There's some big bucks this year, but
Which reminds me, I'll tell you the next one.
okay.
All right, so I guess we'll wind this one up. It'll carry along with the same probably. Some of it'll be carry over, but anyway. Bye, Eli. Thank you so much for showing up for my birthday.
Could we have a Tesla, please? I love a Tesla.
I'm still just so thankful for
SUV.
Starlink. So
Oh my gosh.
maybe next year too when
Starlink. Oh man.
But thank you.
Yes.
That was a really good birthday present.
Oh, Starlink. Yes.
Take care, guys.